Hey guys, welcome to a album review. I know we haven't done one of these in a long time, but deservedly so. We're going to be doing Nurture by Porter Robinson, the long-awaited album. Ever since Worlds came out, people have been waiting for the next album to come out, especially me. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Alrighty, guys, so the first song on the album is Lifelike. So let's give it a listen. Guys, Lifelike, what more can I expect from an intro to a Porter Robinson album than something so like organic and sweet, and I don't know if cute would be a right word to use, but maybe gentle. Just very gentle and peaceful. Obviously incredible, but we'll move on to the next one, and it's Look at...
Let me show you how...
Not let me show you. It's Look at the Sky. So guys, that was Look at the Sky by Porter Robinson. And one thing I want to quickly highlight, because obviously I've listened to the whole album before actually doing this with you guys, is I love what he's doing with his voice throughout the whole thing. Sometimes it sounds like him, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it sounds like a feminine voice. Yeah, and this one's no different. I love the instrumentation, all very organic sounding with electronic kind of blended in. It's a fantastic song. Without further ado, guys, let's move to the next one. Next one is going to be Get Your Wish. This one actually came out early. If you guys don't know, you probably do if you're watching this video. I love the music video for this track. But let's get to it. Get Your Wish, guys. What a awesome track, full of so much feeling. It's like, and not to mention, if you guys haven't seen the music video on YouTube yet, please watch it. I love what they're doing with the wall that looks like the sky, and the bottom that's the water, and he's just singing around it. It's awesome, and some of the lyrics are really good. It's not some of the lyrics, obviously all the lyrics are really good. It means everything to me. When the glory starts to tempt you, and it may seem like what you need, but if glory makes you happy, why are you so broken up? Anyway, guys, let's move on to the next one. One of my favorites from the album for sure. I think this one, Mirrors and Dulcite, are my favorite, but this one is incredible. It's called Wind Tempos. Let's get at it. Every single time I listen to Wind Tempos and I listen to this track, I get shivers up my spine, especially when it transfers into the piano part, and then it goes to, I think it's saying "It's so holy, it's so holy," and it's like kind of glitching out. Yeah, I don't know. For a lot of these tracks, I feel like there's more meaning that I don't know, and maybe in the coming days and coming months and maybe even years, he'll maybe dissect. I would love to hear a commentary album on each of the tracks like he did for Worlds not too long ago. I feel like this is just so full of emotion. I feel all different types of things when listening to Wind Tempos, but yeah, it just makes me feel a lot of different things, and I really appreciate the song. It's one of my favorites, and it's definitely on repeat. Either way, guys, let's get on to the very next track, and it is Musician. I do not want to know how to get the best tool. I think this is another one of the tracks that really highlight his vocal work during this whole album. The song sounds playful, childish, in a good way. The thing that comes to mind immediately is immature, but not immature in like a negative way. Immature in like a childlike spirit. Anyway, guys, on to the next track. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Let's go. I love... Throughout this whole album, one thing, when you do get a chance to listen to it, is Porter's use of space is absolutely incredible. He definitely takes advantage of all the stereo feel that you get when you're either listening in headphones. If you listen to Wind Tempos, you notice that in the beginning, when the bass finally comes in, there's like a 3-note pattern, and then the bass 3-note patterns in your right ear, and the bass comes in on your left, really giving you a space on where the song is being presented. And the same thing with Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. So la tito. I always say cito, but yeah, same thing with this song. So many really cool sounds just kind of like spinning around my head, and again, really happy. Maybe melancholic would be another word for this song. It seems happy, but it seems like maybe there's something a little bit off. Anyway, guys, on to the next one. This one's called Mother. I love this track because I don't want to say it sounds like an apology for me. It sounds maybe like an appreciation, maybe a appreciation. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Maybe caring, maybe motherly is a better word to say it. Very maybe protective. I'm not too sure, but the song obviously sounds incredible, and I love just the sounds. I know it's really ambiguous, but I really enjoy Mother. Now on to one of my other favorites in this album, Dull Scythe. So let's get at it. I'm gonna quickly pause it just before we get into it. If you listen to this song, please pay attention to the stereo image. Like I was saying previously, the stereo field in this song, back and forth, you don't really understand what's kind of going on with the synth kind of glitching in and out of existence to your right ear, to your left ear. Just creates this really cool world. It makes me just want to like go into the forest and lay in a hammock and then just like listen to this song with like the nature around me. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but another killer track. As I said, one of my favorites from this album, so I definitely say obviously check out the whole album, but this one's one of my favorites. But on to the next one, guys. It's called Sweet Time. Woo! I like at the beginning of this track, it's the typical emotional Porter Robinson saws. I don't know if that may upset some people, but it just feels so comforting and vintage and old and like something I've heard before. Obviously not in a bad way, but like comforting, very comforting. Yeah, that's what I can say about Sweet Time. Anyway, on to one of well, I've said this for quite a few of these, but Mirror is definitely one of my favorites, especially the ending. I'll get into that after this, but let's get into it.
Sometimes the inner voice is encouraging all be okay in the end.
I watched an interview right when Nurture came out where he was talking about after he released Worlds and he was trying to make music, but he felt like he couldn't make music, and one of the things that terrified him was having to, because one of the people closest to him said, like, you're torturing yourself trying to make more music, you know you don't have to do this, right? And he's like, when those words came out of his mouth, it like shook me to the bone, where yeah, I knew he was right. I didn't have to make music, but I think that fate terrified me more than if I just couldn't make music, if it was my choice to stop making. And he said that this song is one of his favorites on the album because of this last part where it's like the inner voice is encouraging, calling for you to run those final few yards. You're nearly there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It'll all be okay in the end. And I don't know if anything resounds more with me than that single sentence. And you just gotta keep doing it. Keep going. Don't give up. I think that's one of the most important lessons I took from that song itself. And the whole album in its entirety, he got this all out and he didn't think he could. And I think that's incredibly motivating. So anyway, let's move on to the next track, guys. It's called Something Comforting. I think the song sounds really comforting. Something comforting. Yeah, that's really nice. On to the next track, Blossom. I totally forgot, but this is another one of my favorites from the album because it's an all acoustic track with him singing with his pitched up vocals and his actual voice coming in and out. The amount of emotion he manages to carry with just the guitar, his voice, and that pitched up vocal is incredible. It honestly kind of reminds me of some Bon Iver tracks with the amount of emotion he's managing to instill with such a minimalist amount of things inside of the track. One of my favorites, if you're looking for a really just, maybe if you're listening to different types of music and you're wanting to maybe get into something a little more electronic, maybe try listening to this one. It's not really electronic, but like it's still Porter Robinson. But anyway, one of my favorites from the album. I know I've said that a lot, but it is. And then next track, guys, is Porter Robinson and Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs. It's called Unfold. Vibes in this track with the with the other. I've never heard of Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs though, but I think I'm going to check out their music after this. Their vocal with the, I think, Hard Inspired by Porter Robinson. Again, I haven't heard the Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs, that's a long name. So I don't know if that's their thing, but it very much reminds me of a Bon Iver vibe. And then you have the Porter Robinson voice that comes in, pitched up vocals, and very, very warm and comforting vibes, and yeah, just fantastic, as is to be expected. Anyway, guys, we're moving on to the last track of Nurture. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you guys have, consider giving this a like, or subscribe if you guys haven't already. I love doing these little album reviews. So if you have any suggestions, please put it in the comment section down below. And we'll go into the last track, which is Trying to Feel Alive. You know, after having listened to that interview where he talked about his struggle of making music after Worlds and how he felt really lost, this track kind of reminds me of the feeling you get when, like, you just get over something, but, like, you're not really out of the woods yet, but, like, there's a brighter future to come. Maybe you can see the sunset light at the end of the tunnel, and, like, you're still in it, and it's still going to be really difficult, but you're proud of yourself because you've made it through an incredible journey. I think this track perfectly highlights the strength it probably took to overcome what he did and to put out this album. And I'm just, again, thankful. And maybe, I don't know, it would be cool to make a song with him one day. I know, it's big, but put it out there, right? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this album review. I seriously appreciate every single person who watches my videos. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing, or tell me if you like Nurture. Have you guys listened to Nurture yet? If you guys have a favorite song, put those in the comment section down below, guys. Anyway, I will see you next time. Peace.